Here is a behind the scenes look at SolCtrl. This is a new reward project launching on Solana, and it's got things that you've never seen, and crypto itself has never seen what we're about to do. Three huge things with SolCtrl. Biggest reward project on Solana, no buy fee, and a huge payout at the end of the month. So you get 4% SOL every hour. 4% of all volume goes to everybody just for holding. There's no staking. 2% of all volume builds up for an entire week. So it builds for an entire week into a big payout. At the end of the week, we're going to have a huge announcement that is going to blow your minds. So definitely be there for that. Then we have 2% SOL that builds up for an entire month and goes out to 5 holders. What we do is we use software that randomly picks 5 random tokens. And if one of those tokens is in your bag, then you're one of the 5 people who gets to split 2% of volume at the end of the month. If we have 10 million in volume, 5 people are going to get $40,000 worth of SOL each. If we have 100 million in volume throughout the month, 5 winners will get $400,000 worth of SOL each. Every single holder, from the smallest to the greatest, all have a chance of being one of those 5 winners. But obviously, the more tokens you have, the more likely that one of your tokens is going to be selected to be one of those 5 winners. Only one wallet can win once per month. The next month they can win. That way it makes it more fair so that not one person is getting picked multiple times. And if we ever hit 1 billion in volume, which is a huge number, it would be $4 million to 5 people. And that value can't go down. So if the price goes up and we hit 10 million in volume, it doesn't matter how much the price goes down, 5 people will get 40 grand. And if the price does go down a lot, it provides a huge buying opportunity to get more tokens to increase your likelihood of being one of those 5 winners. Same thing with 100 million in volume. If we hit 100 million in volume, the price can go to zero, the $400,000 for 5 winners. That value can't go down. Remember, buys and sells only increase the rewards. The rewards only go down when they get distributed. So at the end of the month, $400,000 goes to 5 people in Solana. And the price, it doesn't matter how high it goes or how low it goes, but the lower it goes, the better the buying opportunity. If the price really dips, it becomes an opportunity to buy a ton of tokens and greatly increase your chances of being one of the winners. Everybody has a chance at being one of these. It could be a medium wallet, a small wallet, but obviously the more tokens you have, the more rewards you're going to get, the bigger the bag you're going to have, and the more likelihood you have of being one of these big winners. This is really the evolution of reward tokens. You've never seen this before. It's never been done. We cover 100% of your buy fee. What that means is when you buy, you don't pay any percent, and we actually give you extra tokens on top. So your $1,000 turns into $1,020. Your 10K turns into $10,200 right when you buy. Your 100K purchase, if you're a whale, $102,000. So typically with a reward project, to get into a 10% reward project, you pay 10 in, you pay 10 out. We cover the entire 10% in. You still pay it, but because we give you extra tokens, everyone's providing the rewards, so everyone's getting the benefit of getting into the reward project without being punished for providing those rewards. We're the first project to do this, and we're bringing this to Solana. When it comes to selling, you're not even paying 10% because we're giving you extra tokens. If you sell, you'll only pay 8% total across the board. So this is the first reward project you can get in, get your hourly SOL, get your weekly SOL, get the huge payout every month, get those rewards, and you only pay a fee if you sell, and it's only 8% instead of around 20%. So we also have the ability to increase the amount of tokens that we give you, and we can make this percentage go down even lower. We can bring it down to 1% or 2%, getting into a huge reward project with basically no fee. I'm doxxed. My name's Thomas. I live in Oklahoma. I have nothing to hide. No team tokens. Super important. My entire goal is to alleviate sell pressure and create a project where we can all collectively chase the growth and success of it to make a top crypto is my goal. That's why no team tokens. We can get paid out of the treasury. And if we're being paid out of the treasury, we're being paid out of the volume. So we want as much volume as possible. We want the project to blow up as much as possible. That's why there's no team tokens. If people are wondering, is it sustainable? Well, 70% of the supply means that people would have to buy up an insane amount of the supply to deplete that. And as the price goes up, it takes less and less tokens to give to somebody. So if the project does a 10x, now it takes 10 times less tokens to cover when people purchase. So it's actually an extremely sustainable model. And we also have the treasury where if the price dips really hard and we're starting to run out of tokens, which the only way we could run out of tokens is if the project was massively, massively successful. If that came, then we could use the treasury to buy up huge dips, put green on the charts, and refuel the tokens that cover the people that are purchasing the projects. And one of the biggest things about this is people are chasing value in crypto projects, and all the values in dumping the project, they need significant value in the future. So by taking 2% of volume and giving it to 5 holders, we are greatly incentivizing our whales and everybody to chase the rewards through holding and to chase the future through that big payout. You can actually be significantly rewarded without having to leave the project, which completely starts to change the dynamic of how people treat tokens in communities. Instead of trying to use each other as exit liquidity, now we're getting rewards through growth. Instead of trying to exit the project, you can stay and get this big payout at the end of the month. It's far more sustainable, it's far better for the community, and it's far more rewarding for helping the project rather than hurting it through selling. So yeah, guys, I'll drop the contract address down below. It's super easy to buy. You just have to send Solana. You can use any wallet, Trust Wallet, MetaMask, it don't matter. Send Solana to the contract address. If you don't have Solana, you can convert BNB, Bitcoin, you can convert anything cross-chain into Solana, send it to that address, and now you're in the pre-sale. We have marketing plan for the pre-sale, and after the pre-sale, everything that we get for marketing is going to be dumped into marketing. And one of the best things about SolCtrl is it's not just a token for the sake of making a token. It's also, we can also turn this into a launch pad so that other people can launch these same style of tokens where they cover the fee and they have a huge payout to a few holders. And so obviously launch pads can generate a ton of money, and a percent of the launch pad can come back to the SolCtrl holders in the form of utility. So if the project does well, people will want to copy it. They won't be able to because the tech's not there. They'll come to us for our launch pad, and that revenue will come back to the SolCtrl holders. It's a perfect plan from start to finish. No team tokens. Pre-sale fuels liquidity, fuels rewards. We cover the tax. It's huge payout to the whales. One project, the more successful it does, the more likely people are going to want to create similar style tokens, the more likely our utility is to succeed. We're going to have huge announcements every week. It's going to blow your mind. So make sure you're there for the weekly announcements. I'm going to announce something every single week once we're live that is going to blow people's minds, and get ready for SolCtrl.